TV10 Podcast, episode 0336.
That's right, 336 episodes of one of the best podcasts that are out there. I'm Tommy Milagro.
I'm Bill Frost, and as we're recording live on the air, the 2020 Emmy Awards are underway, and just know that they're giving everything to Schitt's Creek.
That was the breaking news I got from the Twitter that apparently it swept the comedy division.
Yeah, so if you had a favorite comedy other than Schitt's Creek, suck it.
Yeah, Schitt's Creek is the shits. Literally,
I don't think it should have won all of those, but hey, it's gone now, so you might as well give it all the posthumous awards.
Right. And more importantly, if you thought to yourself, oh, this is the worst thing to happen in 2020, shut up. Shut the fuck up. Seriously. I mean this, literally. Shut the fuck up. So,
so who are we drinking this week?
Well, first of all, as for my end here, I am having the official sponsor, Bohemian Brewery, their Oktoberfest beer, just in time because it's going to be October pretty soon, and we're not pumpkin spicing this bitch up.
No, let's say I'm drinking that too because I have some here.
Well, thankfully, the good people at Bohemian Brewery restocked you with a recent shipment. And thank God you've got pallets to go through.
I'm good to go on the beer. So, getting back to the Emmys for a moment. Schitt's Creek, as we mentioned, cleaning up in comedy. I don't really have any qualms with all of the, supporting actress and actor and directing and writing and everything. I don't necessarily agree with those. But, Schitt's Creek beating out this competition. We've read these off before, but I'll tell you again what they are. Its competition was Curb Your Enthusiasm, Dead to Me, The Good Place, Insecure, The Kaminsky Method. Fuck that. Why is that in here? The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel, and What We Do in the Shadows. Now, you tell me that Schitt's Creek is better than most of those shows?
That's a hard one. But again, as you pointed out, this is their last season. They're Kanselski. And therefore, you might as well just laden them with all the awards that they deserve.
Yeah, Variety Talk Series last week tonight with John Oliver.
Oh,
there's that.
Okay, that's something.
That's your winner there. And don't really have any other winners refreshed here yet. Looks like Rick and Morty won for animated series yesterday in the creative arts. So there's that too.
Okay. So Rick and Morty, and did you say Trevor Noah won for The Daily Show? Or
Trevor Noah has not won anything yet, doesn't look like.
Okay.
Doesn't mean he won't.
Right. It was John Oliver for last week tonight that did win.
Yeah.
So
here's a couple more, getting into the dramas. Lead actress in a limited series or movie, Regina King, Watchmen.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah, but
she deserved it.
Limited series only in that they're not going through with another season. Is that kind of a sneaky way to get it in there?
At this point, I'll be surprised if we have any new episode coming up in the next year.
Lead actor in a limited series or movie, Mark Ruffalo for I Know This Much Is True. No one watched that.
It was kind of all sorts of artsy, wasn't it?
I dare you to find anybody who watched that besides Mark Ruffalo. Nobody watched that. Writing for a limited series movie or dramatic special, Damon Lindelof and Cord Jefferson for Watchmen.
Okay.
There's that. And I think also the movie Bad Education with Hugh Jackman won something earlier. So there's that.
Was a presenter Ryan Reynolds? Please say it was.
I don't know. I'm not watching it.
Okay.
But I did see that Jimmy Kimmel pointed out, it's like, of course no one's here. This is the Emmys, not a MAGA rally.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah, so there's that. And, as far as anything new coming up on the TV box this week, I got a few things here. Actually, more than I expected. More than a smattering of documentaries. Weirdly enough, Wednesday, September 23rd on CBS All Access, which will become Paramount Plus in 2021. Believe it or not.
I'd rather not.
Okay.
Because why?
Because CBS is a little exclusionary to describing all of the content they actually have. Because it's CBS All Access makes it seems like you're going to get nothing but, Criminal Minds reruns. But it actually has a lot more than that. So I think Paramount Plus will be a better title for it. I think they should just call it Star Trek Plus because that's what they do. But coming up on Wednesday, a little documentary from Seth Rogen and Evan Goldberg, Console Wars, looking at 90s video games.
Oh, okay.
There you go.
I can get behind this.
Yeah. And also, in fake news, Agents of Chaos on HBO. It's a 2-part documentary about Russian interference in American dealings. Which we know is
American or American?
American. We know that's not happening. That's all fake news. This is from Alex Gibney, the guy who did the Going Clear Scientology doc.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, yeah, but we know there's no Russian interference going on.
Not at all. No. That reminds me. Cholo Furiosa said she got us a new sponsor, some sort of vodka. She says it's from Belarus or I don't know, one of those other places. So just wanted to point that out.
Is it a comrade with a K vodka?
It's
very good.
I think it's more of a hard C at this point.
Okay.
So yeah,
I love a hard C.
Don't we all?
That's what she said. Yes. Had to do
boom.
it. Thursday on HBO Max. Check this out. Robin Thede has yet another gig. Besides the Black Lady sketch show.
Okay.
This is a new series called Hot Dog. That is HAUTE dog. Can you guess what this might be?
Could this be something on the threshold of fancy poodles?
You're very close. This is a dog grooming competition series.
Oh God.
Yes.
Really? Have we sunk to this level?
We're sunk way beyond this level. This is it's got the word hot in the title.
Well,
that's challenging the literacies of most of America. So I don't know if this show's going to go anywhere because that's not how you spell hot.
Well, see, I would have gone with Classy Bitch, but
Classy Bitch, that would have been a great title for this show. Yeah.
Actually, let me type that in there. It was going to be It's the Shits versus Classy Bitch now. So
I'd also like a hard C in there as well.
That's what he said.
Yep. And also premiering on Thursday on HBO Max, a mini series from England. It's from England.
Oh, okay.
It's based on a true crime story set in the 80s. It's called The Murders at the White House Farm. And apparently this is based on a true story, and yeah. So it's another dramatized, real, true crime thing.
Okay. The Murders of the White House
Murders
Farms?
at the White House Farm, yeah.
Murders at the White House Farm.
Yeah, it doesn't really roll off the tongue. They could have come up with a better title, I think, but there you go. Yeah.
And just so I'm aware, what housewives created this show in England? I'm curious.
Don't know, but I'm sure this has been discussed on many a true crime podcast.
Which we will never be famous for. We're just not hitting that demographic.
We may be pivoting to a true crime podcast any day now. Because apparently no one cares about TV stuff.
Well, they have to care about it because content will never die. I learned about that through corporate.
Okay.
Content will never die.
Yeah. Also on Friday on FX, here's another docuseries. Okay. This is from Blumhouse and the guy behind The Jinx. Mm-hmm. This is called A Wilderness of Error, based on a best-selling book by Errol Morris, who also appears talking about this in the series. It's about a murder. Here's another murder case. This happened in 1970. A Green Beret doctor allegedly killed his pregnant wife and 2 daughters on an army base in 1970. He maintains it was a band of drug crazed hippies. Yeah, so they're gonna get to the bottom of this.
Okay, it kind of feels Manson-y in a way,
Little
but
Manson-y, yeah.
All right,
It kind of fits the time frame.
how does it fit the time frame?
Well, 1970, yeah. Also, in case you've been wondering what John Cusack's been up to, I know you have.
Well, I kept thinking to myself, when are we going to have another high fidelity season that maybe he could just jumpstart anytime soon?
No, this is on Friday on Amazon Prime Video, a new series called Utopia. It's basically, you might think it's a little too soon for a conspiracy thriller about a deadly global pandemic, but here we go. This is about a group of comic book geeks or nerds. I'm not sure which they prefer these days, but they figure out that their favorite graphic novel, Utopia, which is about a global pandemic conspiracy, is actually happening right under their noses. This is based on, I'm not sure what this is based on, but it's been adapted by Gone Girl's Gillian Flynn. This is from a British series. And in here you have John Cusack starring as a sketchy biotech mogul.
Oh, dear.
Who's kind of engineering this thing. And Rainn Wilson as a college professor who's figured out the conspiracy along with these comic book kids.
Okay. Are we sure we're really needing this?
I don't know.
Right now?
I don't know, but we got it.
Yeah, John, I know you're listening to this podcast, but...
John Cusack, big fan of the TV Tan podcast.
A huge fan.
Sustaining member. I'm Diamond Club member.
Oh, no, Cubic Zirconia.
Okay.
Please.
Yeah.
We don't have the money for the diamonds. Johnny boy, maybe hold off on debuting this. Right now, a little too soon. But again, if you want to funnel money for high fidelity and bring back Zoe Kravitz, all for that, please.
Yeah, so it's too soon for Utopia. It's too soon for Utopia, and it's already too late for this. On Sunday on Showtime, The Comey Rule, a 2-part limited series. It's a dramatization of the behind the scenes of the 2016 U.S. election based on James Comey's book, A Higher Loyalty, starring Jeff Daniels as James Comey and Brendan Gleeson. I know that name from somewhere. I'm going to say Game of Thrones or Harry Potter, or both, playing Donald Trump.
Okay. Brian, how do you spell the last name?
Brendan Gleeson.
Brendan Gleeson.
Yeah.
Brendan.
I'm
looking at it right now.
I swear he's from Game of Thrones or Harry Potter, or both.
Oh, I see him now. Yeah, I recognize the guy now. Oh, Jesus Christ, I see him in the Donald Trump makeup.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck me, that's going to haunt me.
Yep.
Yeah, but this dude, he has, he's been in shows like Gangs of New York. That's how I know him specifically. And let's see, he's also been in Braveheart and Cavalry TV shows. He's been in Mr. Mercedes.
Oh, shit. Oh, God, he was. Okay, yeah, now I remember him. He was the star. He wasn't Mr. Mercedes himself, but he was the detective tracking down Mr. Mercedes. Oh, shit. Now I remember him.
Right, and again, I'm seeing the photo of him looking like Orange 45. Oh, God.
So I was completely wrong about Game of Thrones and or Harry Potter? Nothing on that in there?
Well, I'm going only through... Well, let me see here. Let me go to his bio here. You might be right, but let's see. I'm only doing this through Google, but let's see.
You know how I hate to be wrong on things.
Yeah, but we muddle through as best we can. Let's see. Into the Heart of the Sea, The General. Yeah, no, he was in Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows.
Okay, I knew it. I got one right.
Yep.
So that's coming up on Sunday on Showtime. I don't know who this is for. Do you really want to punish yourself more with this fucktard?
Do we have a choice?
Apparently not.
Yeah.
But here's the big one. Besides the new season premieres of The Simpsons and Bob's Burgers and Family Guy on Sunday, Family Guy, by the way, going into season 19.
Are you kidding me?
Nope, season 19.
Jesus.
Yep.
It doesn't feel like it's been that long.
Sure it does. Also, the big one on Sunday, Fargo season 4, 2-hour premiere with Chris Rock.
Okay, that's the one I'm really happy to see.
Yeah.
And of course, we talked about it before. This was a show that was going to be showing sometime in the middle of summer, but yeah.
Yeah,
that
stuff
COVID
happened.
thing.
Yeah, stuff happened. So they finally finished the season. I believe it is 11 episodes, which is at least one longer than a usual Fargo season. And this one is set in 1950s Kansas City because apparently Fargo is just a state of mind anymore. You don't have to actually be there to do the show there. And Chris Rock is a crime boss employing black escapees of the Jim Crow South. So, hello, Lovecraft Country. Yeah.
Oh, man.
And besides Chris Rock, who's I've read several interviews with him saying this is the best role of my career. So
And that's saying a lot.
That's saying a lot, yeah, for Chris Rock. And also in here are Jason Schwartzman and Timothy Olyphant.
And when I saw Timothy Olyphant, he's not justified. No, sir. I had to blink twice just to see if that was really him.
Yeah, I didn't really recognize him. But Jason Schwartzman, definitely recognizable.
Mm-hmm. Nobody can mistake that guy.
Yeah. So that's the new stuff coming up this week, and as I mentioned, Lovecraft Country. That's definitely something you ought to be watching really hard, as well as The Boys.
Yeah, I will say I did see the most recent episode, and no Billy Joel this time around.
Yeah, a little light on the Billy Joel soundtrack this time around.
But we got Aerosmith, so...
Oh, yeah.
But
and not even...
I will say...
go on. It was fucking Dream On. Ugh.
Well, the one thing I have to say, as we keep progressing further and further into The Boys, honestly to God, this is really Aya Cash's show, and it really should be titled "You're the Super Worst."
You're the Super Worst. Yeah, not bad at all.
Okay, there's another title right there.
You're the Super Worst.
Yep, there we go. But oh God, she just owns every single episode that she's ever in. Yeah. I mean, there is just no topping her, and that's hard when you're going up against Hood, Homelander.
Yeah.
But not enough good things I could say about this. I can't wait to see what the next episode brings. In Lovecraft Country, I'm still trying to process it, but yeah, you can't be sleeping and or drinking on that show. You kind of have to stay woke on that. And sober.
Again. And by the way, you should also watch Woke on Hulu if you haven't yet.
Ooh, beautiful.
Keith Knight's thing. And,
did you finish that up?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it was, I think it was like 6 or 8 episodes, half hour, pretty quick.
Mm-hmm. I was kind of hoping they'd do a little more, but hopefully they will renew it. So Hulu, don't pull a High Fidelity. We're watching you.
Yeah. And I did see some news. I don't think we got to this last week. Saw some news about a certain someone in the WWE apparently going to some Star Wars adjacent TV show. And I don't know if that's not a segue. I don't know what is.
Well, in that case, why don't we hit the music, sir?
And sports with Tommy Milagro. Go team!
From the sports desk of the TV10 podcast, we deliver to you only the important sport of professional wrestling, Mandalorian edition, and the news that everyone is aware of is that the Mandalorian Season 2 trailer dropped on Disney Plus, and right about the we've talked about this before, but right at the 52-second mark, you will see the boss, Sasha Banks, And she may be playing a Jedi as Mando is trying to return Baby Yoda to a pile of evil, a pile of sorcerers that feuded with the Mandalorians. What's the worst that could happen? But very interesting that she was featured so prominently in that. I would highly recommend checking it out. Meanwhile, in other news, speaking of WWE, it's not really bad news, but Wade Barrett, formerly Stu Bennett in NWA, has decided to take a commentary offer with NXT and had signed a 1-year deal with them. So that is going to provide some much-needed gravitas, seeing as how Mauro Ranallo is no longer with the company. So congratulations to him on that. Now, the other news was that Melina, formerly of WWE, was re-signed. Was being brought back to the WWE. Last time we saw Melina, she was in NWA, NWA Power to be specific. And of course, there have been a lot of star talent from the NWA moving away to other promotions, which I'll touch on in a second here. But Melina went on to social media and said, wherever you got your news from, nope, it's not true. I am not with WWE at this time. I will let you know if and when I am going to be somewhere. So whoever got that gossip was wrong. Not us.
All right.
Not us. No. we are all about journalistic integrity here at the Sports Desk here. Really not too much other news other than AEW. You may want to set your DVRs to what? Because they're going to be broadcasting again on the 22nd, which is a Tuesday.
Moving around again, huh? Drops. What the hell?
Yeah, something about what's it called? Basketball?
Is that still going on? I thought we were done with that by now.
Nope, apparently not. We're not done with any of that at all, even though we should be. And let's see. As mentioned with the NWA, again, a lot of talent's been leaving of late, specifically as we're recording this. The Cowboy, James Storm, is no longer with NWA Power. So that brings us to quite a few stars that have left the company. Among them, Ricky Starks, now with with AEW, as with Colt Cabana, also with AEW. And what's really interesting is that Thunder Rosa, still with the NWA, still holding the NWA Women's Championship, but has been wrestling on AEW Dynamite. Have you seen Thunder Rosa?
Yes, I have. How do you get away with that?
I guess something got worked out with Billy Corgan.
Because Vince McMahon isn't involved?
No, because if that was the case, there'd be a big old nope attached to that shit.
Yeah.
But I will say, if you get a chance, check out Thunder Rosa versus Eva Lise. Both used to be with Lucha Underground. They had a phenomenal matchup this last week, and apparently it got a little stiff. So chicks don't play around, especially Latina chicks.
I saw it.
I never date them.
I did see it.
They weren't playing around with that shit, man. And for everyone that says wrestling's fake, fuck you. Watch that. And then the last thing we're going to just touch on here, among the promotions that have been trying to find footing during these times of the pandemic, Major League Wrestling, MLW, is planning to restart and start taping their episodes again. So we'll probably get to see them very soon. Right now, on their YouTube channel. They're doing MLW Underground, which is just classic episodes from the early 2000s, which is good because you could get to see performers that have now moved on to shows like AEW. People like specifically Homicide versus Christopher Daniels. Homicide's with NWA Power as of right now, and Christopher Daniels now with AEW. Really fun to check that out. But what's really interesting is that 2 stars of MLW are looking to get their releases, specifically Brian Pillman Jr. and Davey Boy Smith Jr. Those 2 have been featured on the top spot of MLW for a number of years. Brian Pillman still wrestling with AEW. As to if that's going to transition into a bigger role for him remains to be seen. Davey Boy, haven't really seen a lot of him. Well, I haven't seen any words on what he wants to do. But he would be a big fit for any major promotion. Might even go back to WWE. It remains to be seen. We're following that story as it develops there. And finally this, and again, we had our special guest, Manny Lemons, on our show. The King and I, the Lucid Luchador, King Goots, we went to see Devoted Championship Wrestling being taped in front of another live audience. They will have another show coming up October 4th at the Gateway. Get your tickets now. Please wear a mask, and social distancing will be enforced. Of course, please know it's an enter at your own risk. But a lot of those shows you can still catch on the CW30, as well as mentioned before, you can even catch all of that on Amazon Prime. But for now, just know that, thankfully, we're not in a bubble in the sports desk. We still believe in the sport of professional wrestling because it's sports.
That's sports. Tommy Malago. Go team.
All right. So, hold on 1 second here. Okay, good. I thought I lost audio for a second there.
Yeah, we have some more breaking news from the Emmys as we're live on the air. Best Supporting Actor in a Limited Series or Movie, Yahya Abdul-Mateen II for Watchmen.
Oh, okay. Oh, he was he was the husband of Regina King, right?
I believe so, yeah. Also, supporting actress in a limited series or movie, Uzu Aduba for Mrs. America, which I would definitely recommend you check out on Hulu. I'm not sure how many people watched that way back. It seems like it's been about 5 years ago, but it was actually earlier this year that Mrs. America dropped on Hulu, and some of y'all might have slept on it. I think you should go back and check it out.
In other words, you want our audience to be woke as fuck?
Yeah, also a limited series winner on the Emmys, Watchmen.
Of course.
So this is going to be the all Watchmen and Schitt's Creek Emmys, apparently.
Okay. I'm cool with that. I'm cool with Watchmen and Schitt's Creek. I'll live with it.
I mean, Schitt's Creek is funny, but it ain't this good. They're just overdoing it now. And what else? I think that might be all the shit we have to cover right now, really.
I would probably say if you need something to watch a little harder at home because, movies, I would say watch Corporate. However you can get it on demand.
Yeah, also if you set up the Pluto TV app, it's a free app and it's has a sort of a continuous live stream of. It's got like 100 or more channels in there, and there's a Comedy Central channel, and they run hours and hours long blocks of Corporate.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
So that's one way to see it for free.
I like this idea. I think I will fire it up on the Roku here in just a few minutes. And otherwise, I would say the big ones: Lovecraft Country, The Boys, Woke is something you need to watch a little harder. We mentioned corporate. I'm trying to think if there's anything else here.
I have been doing my damnedest to get into Raised by Wolves on HBO Max. It might be a little too hard sci-fi for the average person to follow. It's just a lot.
Yeah, well, just to clarify, this is the show that was created by Ridley Scott, right?
Yes.
Okay.
It's a lot, and I don't know if I can do it. I'll try, but I don't know if I can do it.
So on a scale of 1 to Dune, where would you rank this?
Well, at least stuff happened in Dune.
Well, yes, but I'm talking the books, because that was just a metric fuck ton of science fiction right there.
I don't know if you are someone who's into super hardcore sci-fi. Raised by Wolves might be for you. I don't know if it's for me. I will continue to try.
Is this kind of like the same feeling as The Expanse, in that it's like Games of Thronesy, except
No, The Expanse is actually not that difficult to follow. It basically, that one is pretty much kind of like Game of Thrones in space. This one is just like, I don't know where to begin with what the fuck is going on with this thing.
So in other words, you'd probably have a better time trying to figure out what the fuck's going on in Tenet than you would watching Raised by Wolves.
Perhaps, yeah. Not that I've seen Tenet yet.
Yeah. Again, don't drink before seeing the movie. Just don't drink.
I did finally get around to watching Ford versus Ferrari. Christian Bale, Matt Damon.
Oh yes, giddy up, my darling.
Basically, Batman goes fast.
Right. And Jason Bourne gets Southern.
Yeah, British Batman goes fast. Jason Bourne gets Southern, and they're both hired by the Punisher. John Barenthal playing Lee Iacocca.
Yeah, that was a sight.
And yeah, fantastic movie. I didn't know what to expect. I don't know why I waited so long to get to it. The racing scenes kind of give me anxiety because here we're shooting through the windshield at 200 miles an hour. Fuck. Right. Okay. But definitely recommend that. And yeah, so we want to thank Bohemian Brewery for the beer here at episode 0336 of the TV Tan podcast, as well as our other sponsors who appear on other weeks.
That's right. That would be our good friends Sugar House Distillery, Outlaw Distillery, and of course Ogden's Own Distillery, the fine purveyors of Five Lives Vodka, of the Porter's Fire, of the Porter's Rye, and let me see. There's one other I feel like I'm forgetting here. Oh, Madame Patarini's Gin. And, of course, we already mentioned Bohemian Brewery. But also, if you feel like you want to pair these up and make a masterpiece like myself, the Lord of Drink, I suggest you go down and visit our other fine sponsor, Ivy, at Booze Teak. But please, wherever you go of our fine establishments, wear a goddamn mask. How hard is that? I'm looking at you, Utah County.
Oh, yeah. I don't know. I don't think we have any listeners in Utah County. If we do, we'd love to hear from you. TV10 Podcast, Twitter, Facebook, Gmail. Reach out to us. Let us know. Rate us on the things. Leave a note. Whatever. Stitcher, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, YouTube, TuneIn, Podchaser, all those places. Just, yeah. You can also, I finally figured out on the website, billfrost.tv, if you ever go there and you see a post there about the TV10 podcast, there is an embedded Spreaker player right on the post now.
Oh,
this is a
fantastic,
a big giant step forward in technology from 1998. Apparently, that you can do that now.
Well, look at you, Mr. Fancy Pants.
Yep. So that's going to be it for this week. Say goodnight, America.
Good night, and jiggle that handle, America. It's time to flush.